And as per usual, it's one of those things where you get to debate against this is what I've been told versus this is what makes sense. And this is what is actually working. And so if you were to look at pho, which is an amazing Vietnamese soup, if you were to look at Joey from Friends, who is ridiculous and 90s and spectacular, and you look at The Cure, To the Sky, what exactly do they have in common? And how can it honest and truly assist you and support you as you build a brand that truly makes you legend? That's what I want to talk to you about a little bit today. And I am so glad that you're here. It is great to see you. Hey, Christy. Hey, hey. Because here's the thing. If you look at something like pho, part of its genius is that it's not just straight up, here's beef broth or here's veggie broth, here's soup, right? I don't know if you've ever made pho. I'm married to someone who loves to cook and is really, really good at it. And so we've actually done this. And pho is a labor, it's kind of like mole where it's a labor of love. And it's flavor upon flavor upon flavor that it's it's not just one thing, it's not just five things. There's like 27 spices and herbs and different flavors that go into a really amazing bowl of pho. But it's not just the layers, it's not just the things that go into it. Look at Joey from Friends. Clearly different. Oh, Nancy, you truly must find pho. You will come to Utah, we will go get pho. It will be amazing. You are welcome. It is going to be fabulous. Look at somebody like Joey on Friends. He has all the layers, right? He has all the clothing. Could he be wearing any more clothes? All the things, right? But it matters how he puts them on because there's no way it would all fit if he put all the little stuff on first and then Pilot try to get the big stuff up around him. Like he's got to put the pants on before he puts the scarves on, in part because it'll fit better. But in the other part of that is because it makes a bigger impact. Because if he were just to put on all the clothes and then put a great big coat on top of it, all you would see is a great big coat. But he layers it so strategically in a way that you can get a better impact from it because you can see the shirts, the tops, the jackets, the scarves, all the clothes, right? It matters how he puts them together. Now the thing about both Fa and Joey is that they're layering, and you can, even if you can't distinguish one layer from another, you can see, you can taste that there is depth there. There is an experience. If honest and truly, if you have never had Fa, it is one of those most like I remember the first time I've had it. I had it. Like I remember where I was. I remember the first bite because it's one of those flavors that just comes into your mouth and you just it's an experience because it's there's every time you take another bite you're like, oh, and there's some this and oh there's clove and oh there's cinnamon and oh my gosh that's basil and it's amazing. With Joey it's a bigger impact and you're like, oh my gosh there really is, and every time you see it you pick out a new article of clothing that he's still wearing that, oh my gosh. But it's harder to tell exactly what pieces go in. Then you have someone like Robert Smith, who was the lead singer of The Cure. Love The Cure. This is a song, honest and truly, I turned it on this morning to make sure I had the right link to put it on Facebook. And as I pushed play, my heart leapt. I had tears. I was transported back to the first time I heard it. I was transported back to the experience, to the people, to the emotions, to everything involved there. Now, the reason why I picked that particular song, other than it was one of those that like it was our alarm clock, my roommate and I, um, that would be the song that would wake us up. And part of why it's perfect is because it starts with a single instrument and a single melody line. And about two measures in, three measures in, here comes another instrument. Here comes another melody line. Here comes a harmony. And it takes like 2 minutes before he ever starts singing, before he actually, I mean, go back and listen to it. Oh, friends, it's an amazing piece of work as he brings in each new piece and it shows you, he is showing you how he is building the story and how he is building the experience so that when you're listening to it, you're like, oh, I can hear that still. I can remember that piece over here. And this still makes sense right here. It's just amazing. And with such complexity like that, he really is peeling back the cover, going, here's everything I put into it. Now enjoy. And then on the way out, he takes one instrument out at a time. And so you're left with a very single note at the end. It's it's spectacular, and it is genius in its complexity because it's not just about having all the things. You can have all the things, people, but if you don't layer them appropriately, if you don't layer them correctly, it leads nowhere. Then it's just a pile of stuff. Then you have the website and the emails and the bots and the blogs and the social posts, and you have the opt-in and the lead magnet and the tripwire and all the other things, right? All the things. But if you don't understand how they play together and what comes next and what your next right steps are, it goes nowhere. It goes nowhere because it's not enough to say, here's all my stuff and here's all my content and just bleh onto your ideal clients. You get to be really strategic in what they see first. How does your persona show up at the very first time they meet you, the very first introduction into you? How are they experiencing you? And how does that build and amplify and intensify as they get further and further into your space, down into your funnel? Which, by the way, if any of y'all are using funnels, and I'm not talking about ClickFunnels, but y'all have funnels, right? You know that's not a single dimensional funnel, right? Like it's 3D. It's it's not even it's not even a full spectrum. It's a constellation type funnel. And if you're not using that that way, if your layers are not working together and intertwining in a way that connects with your audience and helps them experience you all the way through it in a way that moves them, that engages with them. A it's not just a transactional relationship, and it's not just a transactional connection. It's a true connection because you have made it about them and you have met them where they are, at their awareness, at their availability, at their understanding. You haven't just thrown out a lead magnet and said, I hope this speaks to you. I hope this catches you. Because here's the thing, even if you have the website doesn't do you any good if you don't have the emails to pile into it, right? And the emails don't do you any good if you don't have a really amazing opt-in that actually takes them somewhere and not just a freebie that says, here's more of what I do, but an actual, this is how you work with me, and this is what you need before you work with me, and this is what it feels like to work with me. If you are not showing up 100% with your persona in your opt-ins and your lead magnets, you are doing your business and your ideal clients a complete disservice. It doesn't matter how great your opt-ins are if your messaging is broken, if your messaging doesn't reach out and grab them by the soul and pull them into you. It doesn't work. And your messaging can't be solid and consistent and engaging and connecting if you haven't claimed your voice, if you don't know exactly what you stand for, if you haven't firmly planted your flag in your mountain of authority and said, this is mine, this is where I stand, I will be heard. I will share my message at the top of my lungs and I will engage the people that are mine, and we're going to go on an adventure together. It doesn't matter how many pieces you have, it is just a pile of stuff if you don't layer them in a way that moves people, if you don't connect them and weave it in and encompass your ideal client in an experience that they will feel for the rest of their lives. Is your brand doing that? Because that's what legends do. Legends create an experience that grabs a hold of you and never lets go in a really good, amazing way. It's not enough to have all the things. They get to play together in beautiful harmony. They get to create, they get to create fa. They get to create the cure to the sky. They get to create joy with the close. They get to create your business. They get to build your brand in a way that legends build their brand so that you get to work with your clients your way and make money your way, all while creating an experience that is memorable. That's what you should be doing with your brand. If it's not doing that, I invite you to join me in a League of Legends. That's all I can say. It's what we do. There are ways to put it together that make more sense, ways to put it together that you just breathe it in and it just holds on to you. I'll make sure the link is below, but truly, this is your invitation from me specifically to you. Join me in the League of Legends. Create that unforgettable experience. Move your people. Connect with them in a way that is a lifetime worth of connection. Until I see you in the league, rock on.